Hello, everybody, and welcome to Paranormal Nation Radio.
Not so normal.
Cameron's right over there, and Denise is down there. How you doing, Cameron?
I'm ready for a nap.
Oh, he's ready for a nap. He's ready.
I know you are too, you old bastard. I heard
Yeah,
you.
I didn't sleep hardly
I-
last
I
night.
didn't either. I worked until 1:30 this morning.
Yeah, it pissed off my coworker. He was like, "Y'all were wanting to do training and all this crap," and I'm like, "Yeah, I rarely get to go home early, and I got a show to do tonight. So, bye."
Hello, Ross.
He's the only one that can leave early, apparently, and nobody gets pissed. Like, dude, you leave early like 2-3 times a week. I get to leave early 2-3 times a month. Eat a dick.
Yeah,
I get to start whenever I get out of bed.
Nah.
that's the job to have.
It is, but I also said I worked until 1:30 in the morning yesterday, which is a holiday for my company.
Right.
And then sent my boss a message this morning saying, "Hey, I don't feel good. I'm not going to be working much today." So I still, even when I take vacation, I don't get vacation.
Right.
Because I am the only person for my company.
Now, you're on salary, aren't you?
Yep. So I'm
So
screwed.
it don't
daily.
matter what hours you put in.
Yep.
But I'm also still get PTO, paid time off, as opposed to flexible time off.
Right.
I get PTO.
Flexible time off means that I can take time off whenever I want, but I have to be available anytime they want.
Right.
So I kind of want to stay on PTO because when I'm on vacation, I can be on vacation.
Yep.
Hey, Jeremy, how you doing?
So
Jeremy over there is in the chat room is the founder of Things Network.
Hey, buddy.
I hope he's feeling a lot better. He's at home after his surgery and stuff. I think he's supposed to be getting the wires out of his jaw next week or later this week.
I don't know if
said
you get a
that
good
he was
laugh
talking.
about it, but this will either make you laugh or cry or mad at me. But go ahead and check out the last episode of, last and first episode of Free Speech, Free Stupidity, because
Yeah, Jeremy, it's compared to the Petri dish. Yeah.
We may have done just a little.
Hi, Irene. How you doing?
A little bit of drinking. This may have been full of vodka that night, so I know you.
Are you sure? Because it could have been water. We wouldn't know.
No, it was definitely vodka that night.
Okay, Jeremy. Yeah, let me know Thursday if you get him out, brother. Because, like I said, all our prayers have been going out to you. Got to get you back. Hey, there's my little man.
Say hi,
Airport chop.
Carl.
Hi, buddy.
And that's Cameron. So, okay.
Ani, how you doing?
He,
You're very welcome, Jeremy.
she won't stay asleep. So, as you can see, I have guests that will be hanging out with me while I'm here tonight. But it'll be easy. Clover's walking. Not great, but she's getting 4 or 5 steps in.
2 bottles of formula and back as well.
Right.
So.
Well, we will do a little bit of the dowsing rods since we got 10 people watching us tonight. I know you don't need them, but and everything.
Hi, Chad. Yeah, Chad joined us that night.
There's 3 with Cameron.
There's 3 spirits with Cameron?
And there's 6 with you.
Oh.
I have more than normal. Well, more than last couple times we've been here.
Okay, let's.
Is it the one that was making the faces last week?
I don't know who he is.
He's just, yep.
Okay, Cameron, you get to ask the question.
I get to ask the question. Is Gunny happy I bought him a new laser pointer? Oh, geez, I didn't even get to answer the question. Yep.
Yeah.
The spirits know what question you're asking.
Yeah, they know.
Yep. Yeah, I think that one's self-explanatory. Is the gentleman behind me making faces again? Thank you. Is the gentleman that's been making faces related to me?
No, he's not. He's related to the area that you live in.
Okay. Let's see.
Are you watching, Grandma?
Is the gentleman that was making faces, did you die in the 1900s?
Yeah,
Thank you.
probably like 1950.
Okay,
that era.
did you die in the 1950s?
Thank you.
Do we really need the housing?
We don't when we have Denise, but people wanted to see. I've been asked to show the dowsing rods, and for those seeing how I hold them,
Hold on.
Stop fighting.
is the other spirit that's there with Cameron? Is that spirit related to Cameron? Thank you.
Is it my mom? Hi, Mom.
Okay.
Thank
There
you.
we go. Little Miss Clover.
Oh, there's Clover.
Let's
Say hi.
see.
Hi, Jules.
The gentleman that is making faces at me, do you have any ill will towards me?
No,
What?
just to make fun of you.
You're an asshole like me, aren't you?
Yeah, he's sarcastic.
I guess sarcastic is acceptable. You like to mess with people just like me, don't you? Yep. Is that why you're following me right now?
You're easy to mess with.
Yeah. Oh, we know.
Well, we know that.
Yeah.
I can't wait to take him on a live investigation.
Do the spirits like to make fun of Cameron? The fact that Carl still has an eye is a miracle. Thank you.
It's not only that they like to make fun of you, Cameron. They like to make fun of the towns of Cameron as well.
Right.
Oh, joy. Hey, there's a Cameron town and there's a Cameron near that town.
Yeah, Cameron's only 20 miles away.
Nope. It's not that far.
See everybody?
Not you, but the other Cameron.
Nope. Is
Yeah. And I'm
let's
answering before.
see.
I missed it. I should have tuned in the last night show.
They did.
Jules wants to know who was rattling the plates on her dining room table at 2 a.m.
Who
the other
was?
morning.
It was this.
I'm not going to answer that.
Yeah, I think it was this older woman. I don't know who she is, but I don't know if she's related to you. But there's this older woman that's messing with stuff where you live.
Have y'all ever? All right. So here's one for the dowsing rods. Have the spirits ever hidden anything from me?
Have you ever what?
Hidden anything from me?
Yes.
Wait a minute. Have y'all ever hid my dolphins from me?
Your dolphins? I think that's. Are they blue?
No, they're the warfare device pen, the silver pen that I have.
I don't know. I don't know what that is.
Did they ever hide Cameron's Furby?
Do the spirits that are here actually know the story of Furby?
I don't think so.
I do.
I
I know you do, but I don't think they do.
guess Mom knows.
They don't.
Oh, fuck. Does Cameron hate Furbies?
Furbies?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, Furbies.
Oh, okay. Well, I like Furbies. I think they're neat. Our
Cameron,
kids had
no.
one.
No.
I think they're good.
Oh.
They're good to be used in paranormal.
Okay.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
they're definitely good for that.
I've got one around here somewhere.
I've got a shotgun that can fix that problem.
Because when
I have one.
I know when the joke was going around on the other network about Cameron and the Furbies, Furby kept popping up in the screen.
All right, how many? We've got a lot of viewers here right now.
Yeah.
I have a great disdain for Furbies. How many of y'all want to know the story of why I hate Furbies?
Got to post it in the comment.
Can you hear?
Let me know if y'all want to learn that story. It takes a little while, but it explains everything.
We'll see if they want to hear it because
No.
it is kind of a paranormal story in one way, but
Oh yeah, definitely.
and the spirits know about Furbies.
So let's say if I get 5 people that say yes, I'll tell the story. We got 17 people right now. If I get 5 of y'all to answer yes, I'll tell that godforsaken story.
Yes, it's well worth it. Give us 5 yeses in the comments and everything. It's well worth it.
Carl just wants to laugh his ass off again.
I do. I'm looking for my
Are you
Furby.
tell it now?
We got one.
Yeah.
All right, hang on.
Hello, Donna. Hello, Julie. Hello, Irene.
I
Hello, Ross, and of course,
That
Jeremy.
shows we're in Japan and Australia. That's cool.
I
Oh, we got Irene goes yes. There's 5
yeah,
yeses.
you only count for one, Irene.
Oh, he
Nice
didn't
try.
say that in the beginning.
Nice
Yeah,
try.
That's 2
Cheeky
then.
bastard. Yeah, that's 2, you cheeky bastard.
Hello, paranormal consultant. Who's that? Is that somebody named Matt? Somebody said hi to Matt. Do you know who that is?
Not right offhand. I've seen it
Paranormal
pop
consultant.
in
What is your
before.
real name?
Don't worry, Irene. You're 2/5 of the way there. Only 3 more to go.
And
Yep.
hello, One and Waltrip.
One's a host over on Things Network.
Wally
Over there.
is okay. There's 3 yeses. Wally is a buddy of mine that's come onto the ranch and
Matt is
wanted to
Irene's
do-
buddy.
Okay.
wanted to do free speech, free stupidity.
And
So
hello,
there's
Donna.
3 yeses.
Another Donna.
Yeah, there is. Donna. I'm not going to butcher that name.
Donna.
Partlow.
I won't go with the middle name,
I'm
but
gonna say sassy.
you could be right.
I think it's sassy, like SASSY. I think it's a play on a name. Yeah. All right.
How many we got? 4?
3.
3, 4. Okay.
Well, Irene said yes with yes, Matt's my body, and Ruth says yes. So you got 5.
Both are right. So you got their names right. Sassy said yes.
Okay, y'all gotta slow down. Okay, what? 1, 2, 3.
And Sassy said yes. So that's 4.
I've got 3. Did she? Hello, I'm.
That's what Irene said. Irene could be with her.
I don't know. Does Sassy want to hear about the Furbies? I think Irene's trying to cheat to get one more. I think she's trying to put like that. This one counts. No.
Hi, Clover.
I've got 3 yeses so far.
She's paying attention to her brother.
Oh shit! Hi,
Walter.
Wally. There's 4.
One more. One more.
Oh god. How you doing, buddy?
Hi, Walter.
Yeah, this is gonna explain a couple things to you and let you know my brother's a real asshole.
Oh, I know Walter.
That's Wally.
That's who I thought. Yeah.
Yeah, that's Wally. Yep.
Yeah, I'm getting caught up on all these new Twitch names.
I'll leave that one to him.
Yeah, here in a little bit, Wally. As soon as Cameron gets his number 5 to tell the story.
I don't know. I've got 11 people. We've dropped down.
I'll
Only
say
got
yes.
4 yeses. So
Oh, we got 5. Ron said yes.
Ron just
Yeah.
said yes.
I know.
Oh,
thanks, Ron.
Ron, you're gonna
I
love
thought-
this story.
I thought we were friends, man.
And Donna it says on her profile that she's out of Fall River, Massachusetts, which is one of, Lizzie Borden axe murder.
Ooh, cool.
Okay.
You look sleepy, girl.
I guess it's story time with Cameron.
It's Furby time.
Yeah, it's definitely something. I hate all of y'all.
Oh, you
So-
love it. You know it, so shut up.
So 1 year, yeah, definitely right now. 1 year for Christmas, my parents bought me, my brother, and my sister all Furbies. They were thinking it's going to be this huge toy, big craze. Everything's going to be fun. It's going to be a great experience, yada, yada, yada. So I put mine in my closet because it wouldn't shut the hell up. You leave it out, and any sneeze, any movement, come feed Furby, shit. So I put it in my closet, and it would still activate in my closet. And it did this for 2 days. So I popped the batteries out. And then the next day, I go in my room, and I'm laying down, and all I hear is, mother. And I'm like, oh, God. So I go in the closet, I find it again, and I just throw it away at this point in time. Didn't check for batteries, didn't check any, just chucked it in the trash. I'm like, I'm done. This thing's cursed. It's got some residual battery or something. The next day, there's a Furby in my closet at night.
Did you have the Ouija board version of Furby?
I'm freaking the hell out at this point in time. So
Those are one of a kind, aren't they?
I took the thing as soon as the sun was up. I took it downstairs, ripped all the fur off it, and bashed it with a hammer and threw it in the trash again. The next day, and there is a furless Furby monster in my closet. I'm done and just screaming like a little girl, just freaking the hell out. And I took that one to gasoline. We had a little fire pit, put it in the pit, set it on fire, let it melt a little bit, and threw it back in the trash. Come to find out, like a decade later, it'd been years since the Furby experience. We start talking to it about, with my brother and everything. He's like, oh, yeah, that was me. I'm like, you did what now? Yeah, I heard you freaking out the first night. And then when you took the batteries out, I put the batteries back in, put it back in your room. Then you threw it away the second time. I took my Furby and then put it in your closet. You threw that one away. And you scanned that one, so I took your sister's, scanned that one.
I like it.
And then put that one in your closet.
That's funny.
I'm like, you son of a.
That sounds like something to do.
Yeah. And the parents didn't find out about this till like 3 years ago. Like they didn't know about it for 2 decades, 20 years. They never knew about this. They just never. Where'd the Furbies go? Yeah, that's Phil's fault.
I would have. Only thing I would have added, I would have programmed the Furby to come on in the middle of the night and say, "Kill Cameron, kill Cameron."
That's why I always
done that with the Teddy Ruxpin Bears.
I always told him ever since he told this on another show, I wanted to get his brother on here live and talk about the Furbies and everything. Because when he told us that the very first time, I about fell out of the chair. And then it became a standing joke.
Let's just send Phil a message.
Please do not.
Oh, you sent a message to your brother?
Say something about it later. Oh, this is weird.
What?
My phone. It's not working.
There you go, Chad. You can do that.
My keyboard's not working.
So
I don't know.
You got Walter crying and laughing so hard.
Yeah,
he's going to have a Furby for you on the show.
Absolutely
They still make them?
Yes.
Yeah.
Furbies.
I figured they did.
That's what I was showing you. These are the new versions.
And what's worse
is
the network we were with put a hit on me.
Oh, you know what?
So it didn't end after that story. Somebody had stalked me down, literally stalked me down, contacted my parents trying to get my address. My parents said, we're not giving it to you. We don't know who you are. So I found out who it was. And I'm like, if you ever contact my family again, we're going to have problems. But they still managed to find I get a package in the mail about a week later, and there's a Furby hat sitting in the damn thing.
Mm-hmm.
So needless to say, because they didn't, like one day, okay, you've got a week to get your head out. It's a joke. It's funny. They kept doing it for months.
Oh, yeah, real
So,
bad.
Needless to say, I was very pissed at this network.
Mm-hmm.
So if y'all, and if you really don't think, oh, you're not that bad, you're not going to deal. I got a stalker I'm dealing with right now. You go ahead and be another one.
Oh, I know
Go
about
You got everybody cracking up laughing in the chat room, Gabbard. You may not live it down on this one now.
I hate Furby.
Anybody want
6'3",
Yeah.
200 and what? 60, 70-pound man.
280.
280-pound man is scared of a 6-inch.
No, not scared,
Furby.
but I will destroy them with absolute disregard to any environment.
He'd take his 50 and blow it up.
338 Lapua.
Yeah.
But don't forget the tannerite.
Yeah. Donna Partlow. She has abilities: sensitive, empath, medium, healer. But I get another smells a lot, and someone told me that another ability is the true. Anyone know? Do
Yes.
you know?
Yeah, smells are part of your memories. So a lot of spirits will put off a scent to make you know who they are.
Oh, Jules is going to stalk you, Cameron. She's going to be in Texas.
Yeah, I that's fine and dandy. I know Jules. We've talked. I've got one that it's kind of so they helped me get away from a gay guy, and she got a little obsessed with me in the end. And she has not gotten the memo, after getting blocked by text, Facebook, Messenger, Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, every single platform. She stalked me and found my TikTok.
Really?
She did years. I mean, this is years of me not talking to her.
Yeah.
Not getting the message. Leave me the flying F alone.
Donna wanted to know what you was talking about, the other ability, Denise.
Let's see. Sometimes there's touch.
He's pushing.
Besides, sometimes spirits will touch you. That's a different ability. You can feel their touch. So there's like 5 that they say. I think there's more than that, to be honest.
Yeah, Irene, if you send me a Furby, it better come with a compensation check. And I'm not talking
Come
here's
with
funny,
insurance.
but you better send something to like cover bail money.
They're not going to arrest you for killing a Furby.
No,
In
depending
Houston,
on how
they might.
within the city limits in the neighborhood.
And he would. He'd go outside with his big rifle and blow it up with tannerite. He'd blow the back fence off.
I need a new fence anyways.
Needed a gate there anyway, didn't you?
Right. You need to fix it.
Really, Julie? They're going to let you leave Australia? Finally?
Oh, I'll be there in March. All right. Where's she going back to?
She's going to Texas.
Texas.
Through Texas.
Well,
And Donna smells places and etc.
if you come through Houston, come by my work. I'll give you a spin. Carl didn't want to go for a ride.
I don't swim.
No.
I don't do water.
That's why you're in the Army and not the Navy.
That's right. They found out in the Army. They put that backpack on me. They got us out by the pool, and drill sergeant went, "Who can't swim?" Me.
Really?
I walked over there, and he goes, "Can't swim? Too bad." Pushed me down in 15 foot of water. I tried getting up. I just sat on the bottom, waving at him till the bubbles quit.
Vaccination exemption, as in you've been vaccinated and you have an exemption to come, or you're exempt from vaccination and you're coming.
Yeah. See, now they're getting to make fun of you and your fear of water.
Yeah,
Let's go to the ocean and go swimming.
okay, so my fear is
I grew up swimming.
Yeah, me too.
I've been swimming since I was.
That's a big body of water.
Well, it's also funny. There's a lot of dead bodies in the water, but if you throw one dead body in a pool, people don't want to swim in that pool. So at some point, there is a formula to calculate what the acceptable water to body ratio people will determine that they can swim in.
Me, 4 inches of water.
Good, Julie. I'm glad.
No, I'm talking about human bodies, Carl.
Yeah, one summer, my mom sent me and my brother up for swimming lessons, at the or where we lived.
Mm-hmm.
She said later it was just to get us out of the house so she could clean easier. Oh, we were only, I was maybe 8 or 9. My brother was a year and a half younger. But anyway, we went up there and they put us with the kids our own age, and we were on, I guess about 3 foot water, and they're doing all the different stuff. And we're like, man, this is boring. When do we get in the water? And we finally got in, and they said, okay, now that you to pass and get to the next level, you need to swim from here to the other side of the pool. Well, so me and my brother said, well, you want to race? And he's like, yeah. So we held our breath and went on. We went across the pool underwater. We never even came up for air or nothing.
You go over on the bed?
They come over on the other side and they said, are you two okay? And we're like, yeah. I won, right? And they said, yeah. We didn't mean to go underwater. We meant to swim. I went, oh. Anyway, they figured out right away that we needed to go to the advanced group. So they sent us down there with all the teenage kids that were on the diving board. They're on the low dive. Man, within 10 minutes, we were taking them all up to the high dive and showing them how to do double and triple flips. They were like, what are you guys doing here?
That's
like,
one thing. That's one thing I just can't understand, and it's just for the fact I could swim before I could walk. I crawled.
Yeah, I was too. That's the way I was.
Yeah, and your dad even verified
my
that.
dad came in and verified on the ring, and it freaked them the hell out. So they just started throwing me into the little hot tub we had just so they could contain me. I
just grew up swimming. I just never even thought about it.
I mean, old West movies, there's one where he just takes a kid and hurls him into the body of water. He's like, you can't swim, can you? Shunk. Goodbye. You'll learn one way.
Like Denise, I had my job, I had to go out to California, and I flew her out. And I said, I've never been to the ocean or nothing. And
we went.
So we went, and what'd I do? I went out.
Yeah.
I don't know how far I went. I just jumped in and went.
The Pacific Ocean is much like the Atlantic. It's kind of shallow to a point until it drops off.
Mm-hmm.
But I was
you get a half mile out there, you're pretty deep.
Yeah. But I had to, and I am a very strong swimmer myself, but I couldn't go in the water any deeper than my knees because I was 5 months pregnant.
Yeah, you gotta watch out for
you would have floated.
No, the doctor didn't even want me to travel, much less.
So here's
swimming.
a fun
And
little.
The surf was really rough that day. It was in October, November.
So technically, when a pregnant woman goes swimming, she's a human submarine.
Really?
Think about it. Normal submarines, you put a bunch of people in, a bunch of seamen in, they go out in the middle of the ocean and submerge.
Right. She's
Pregnant
got one
woman.
in there and swims, got one submerged.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know why that keeps doing that.
That's true.
And it's
Hi,
not
Clover.
computer.
Hi, baby.
She's looking. Who's that talking to me? Who's talking to me?
Although, now that I started doing the paranormal and stuff like that and doing some research, like, don't get me wrong, ghosts and spirits are entertaining, but the things that freak me out the most are what's in the ocean. Because we know more about our own galaxy. Yeah, hi, Jules. We know more about our own galaxy than what's actually going on at the bottom of our own ocean. And we're constantly finding new species. Constantly. Let's not forget, we're still having megalodon teeth regularly wash up on the beaches. So, and then there's other things that are bigger than megalodons. And then they found a shark in Scotland that's older than America. I'm like,
Oh, yeah. We haven't even touched the ocean.
yeah. And there's this weird sound. I forget what they call it. It's just this long screeching sound. They wanted to blame it on icebergs, but when they went over to the area that the satellite was above, they found no icebergs in the area where this noise was being made. Then I get to see video of some shadow swimming around. They're trying to figure out what it is, but it was afraid of light. So they took their D-sub turned off the lights, left them off for a little bit, and this thing starts swimming closer to it. So they flip the lights on. It's, massive. And if you, for those of you that know, predatory eyes are facing front while, herbivores are facing out so they can look for predators more often. This thing's eyes were looking straight the hell ahead, and it was huge. They clicked the lights on, and this thing backed up real quick. It was free. So there are things in the ocean. Let's not forget lampreys exist. But there are other things in the ocean that I think would make lampreys look like cuttlefish.
Well, look at all the dead bodies in the ocean from years and years and years of boat wrecks.
So, don't get me wrong. The
bet,
ocean's going to
Irene.
be haunted as hell.
Shark poop.
I mean, there's a song about the Edmund Fitzgerald.
Fitzgerald.
Alone,
Yeah, I love that song.
Yes.
great song. Then there's a parody of that
Gordon
song that's
Lightfoot.
hilarious, but still, there's a lot of dead bodies in the ocean. Then there's a lot of things in the ocean we
Yes,
don't
that's
know about.
Or shark poop by now.
Well, actually, it'd be crab poop because if they're dead most of the time, if they hit the bottom, they become crab poop. And shrimp.
Okay, you was in the Navy.
Yeah.
So what's the deepest part? How deep is the deepest part in the ocean?
Marianas Trench.
And how deep is it?
Let me actually pull that up. I can't remember off the top of my head.
I've always wondered about that.
Does it go all the way through to China? No.
Where is
I don't
that?
know, but if you'd listened to our show last night, Born TB After 9, the ghost of Bill of Rights was there talking about our forefathers had rolled over so much, they're in China.
Deepest part of the ocean.
I figure that's what's causing all these earthquakes.
Mm-hmm.
It's the deepest part of the ocean. They say it's the deepest location on Earth. However, there's a mine that's actually deeper than that. But Marianas Trench is 11,034 meters deep, 36,201 feet deep, or almost 7 miles deep.
Damn.
Oh, that's higher than the highest point.
And what's funny, what's interesting, so there was a gentleman that had a D-sub, a deep-sea submersible submarine, that went to the Marianas Trench and found what he called water. It looked like water to him. He thought it was a whole new ecosystem. Looking into it, he could see the crustaceans, life, plant matter, different things like that. And
Where is that at? Whereabouts is it?
Yeah, it was somewhere in the Marianas Trench.
Where's that?
Oh, where at?
I've never heard of it.
I've heard of it. I just don't
Western
know.
Pacific Ocean.
So,
In between where and where?
China, off the coast of Japan, China, Taiwan, Philippines, everything like that.
Okay, that's what.
Well, it's right around Guam. Yeah, he tried to put his sub into the Mariana, that thing, and bounced off. It was so dense, his submarine bounced off the top of that water. There was so much surface tension there. And shortly after he had found that, his helicopter crashed and he died.
Did he know the Clintons?
Actually, I think he did.
oh, I just figured it was just like a Pharaoh's curse kind of thing. You
What?
found this, we can't share it.
The Clinton
we can't share it
curse.
now.
Clinton
Yeah,
curse.
it's the Clinton curse.
Yeah.
Which I can see a lot of freaky things happening. I'm holding on to a photo I found earlier because apparently there's somebody claiming to be a time traveler coming around. And they're saying, remember these dates. Time traveler claims we're going to find underground alien colony in August of 2022. I have been thought of as a fake time traveler, but I can prove I'm not. Remember these 3 dates, I can prove I'm real. They continue. March 15th, 2022, a volcano erupts and creates an ash cloud halfway around the world. June 28th, 2022, a plane goes missing for a month and returns, but everybody on the plane says it was only 3 hours.
That's
And
amazing.
August 2nd, we make contact with an underground civilization. I can believe in the hollow core conspiracy. Don't get me wrong. I still think it's conspiracy, but I can believe in it. And if that's true, there's a lot of things out there that I really can't explain. And a lot of sites that really freak me the hell out. and a lot of history. Like, you can't.
Well, you didn't see a whole bunch. You was in a submarine.
No, not submarine wise, but I do watch a lot of videos.
Look at what.
Don't get me wrong. I'm sure some of these are fake and created for clout.
See, they ought to make a submarine with side windows on it so you can look out.
I don't think I want to.
Yes, I did.
I really don't think I do.
Who the hell is that?
As far as I know, whatever old god is down there and left us alone, left us alone for good reason.
Oh, he's already let go because I said yes.
I'm sure it's because we couldn't see it.
Oh, you're supposed to say no.
But
Here you go, Cameron. Here's you a good one to read.
there's a park. It's called
Yeah, I've heard of this.
Yamashita Park. That's very haunted. The park is next to the ocean, but if you go near the shore, the spirits will take your soul. And the park is
I've heard of
closed at
that
9
one.
PM.
That was
No
on
body
TV.
will be found. They say spirits from the war, but whatever it is, don't go venturing off at night. Yeah,
It was on.
there's a lot of shit out there that I can't explain, and if I can't shoot it and kill it, like, I don't want to mess with it. Like, that's my philosophy with it. If I put rounds at it and it does not affect it, well, I'm done. I'm going home.
That's why you're not a ghost hunter.
No, exactly. If I can't shoot it, and if Carl says, let's go on a little exploration, I'm bringing rock salt, iron rounds. I'm bringing whatever the hell I can find to maybe do something with. But there's too much within our own oceans and bodies of water and too many unexplained occurrences and sightings. Like, for generations, we thought leprechauns existed, dragons existed, fairies. There was so many different. Look at unicorns. You're telling me a horse with a horn on its head is less believable than a 20-foot tall leopard skinned animal with a 20. It's a giraffe. Like, if you explain a giraffe and a unicorn, what one's more believable?
The unicorn.
Exactly. So trying to say, oh, these don't exist, this isn't real. Like, what if they just went inside the core of the earth? Like, that makes sense to me. Humans were becoming aggressive. We look through any mythology ever, and there are dozens of different creatures that nobody can explain.
I know what we should have done when I was down there. We should have went to the killing fields. They're right south of Houston. You've never heard of it.
What happened? Did Grandma leave?
Where'd she go? Oh, Grandma left. We're gonna go find her.
Oh,
Where'd she go?
what'd you find on the killing field?
Since the early 19. Sorry, Ron. Since the early 1970s, 30 bodies of water, 30 bodies of murder victims have. I'm so stuck on water right now. 30 bodies of murder victims have been found within the killing fields area. They were mainly the bodies of young girls or women. Furthermore, many young girls have disappeared from the area. The girls' bodies are still missing. It is believed that many of the murders are the work of multiple serial killers. Most of the victims were aged 12 to 25 years old. Some shared similar physical features and such as similar hairstyles. Despite efforts by League City, Texas police, along with the assistance of the FBI, very few of these murders have been solved. And those that have been solved were predicted or confessions given by prisoners or confessions given under duress from the police. The field have been described as a perfect place for killing somebody and getting away with it. After visiting some of the sites of the recovered bodies in League City, Ami Kanan, director of the film Texas Killing Fields, commented, you could actually see the refineries that are in the south end of League City. You could see the I-45, but if you yelled, no one would necessarily hear you. And if you ran, there wouldn't necessarily be anywhere to go.
Yep. Now, how far is Baytown from where you're at?
30, 45 minutes, give or take.
Oh, we should have. When I was down there, I should have took him over and introduced him to Katrina.
Yep. Or maybe to Rhodey.
Yeah, even to Rhodey. Katrina. Now there's a lady right there. I mean, she freaked me out on up at Sally House and freaked
Which
Ron out too.
the killing fields makes a lot of sense to me for the fact that Texas is, and I want to say, documented highest human trafficking city in America, and this was from years ago. It could have changed by then, but
Missouri's pretty big.
so yeah. So I could honestly see this being somebody that was trying to do human trafficking and wound up screwing up. The fact that no good old boy drunkard in hell on moonshine hadn't gone digging over there or just wandering around with a rifle, really surprising.
Mount Fuji is haunted.
Yeah, I knew it was.
Mount Fuji's beautiful.
It is beautiful.
Yeah, it really is. But you know, you got a lot of haunted places down there around your area.
Yeah, that's one reason I find the Texas Chainsaw Massacre hilarious, because that one actually took place in
Kansas.
Yeah. But it didn't sound right saying the Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
The Kansas Massacre, yeah.
Yeah, it didn't sound right.
It doesn't,
because bloody benders in Kansas that buried people under their floorboards.
But just think of it this way: you've got a normal human being going to a state fair. There's a comedian that makes fun of this. You really think that nobody at a Texas state fair is carrying? It's the state fair. This isn't the group of people that are, we're city folk. There's a couple of those little checks here and there. But the majority of these people are good Southern living, give you the shirt off their back people.
Mm-hmm.
And about 90% of those people are carrying. Odds are, if you go through Texas, you're going to bump into quite a few. Now, we are becoming a little more on that. But there are a lot of people that are still.
That's because you got a lot of California people moving there.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
We're going to fix you. No, you're not. You're going to wind up in a ditch somewhere. I mean, careful when you drive that car. Check for sugar in your gas tank, neighbor.
Take them out there to Texas City.
Yep.
Let them get lost in a vat of oil.
Oh.
They have chemical fires out there all the time. Explosions. Here you go.
Hell, Galveston's water's so nasty. I'm sure that.
I was trying to think of some of the haunted places down there in Houston that Rhodey used to talk about that they'd go to.
The Lavaca County Jail.
Yeah. Yeah, that one's
and you got Galveston, that's haunted as hell.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, I've had on a couple people who wrote books about all the stuff down there. I like Galveston. I don't care for the water there.
Smart choice.
I do like Galveston.
Galveston is and I like the city itself. It's not bad. They've got a lot of mom and pop shops. It's very touristy, but the water and the beaches are just
There's a lot of cats on the beach. A lot of cats.
A lot of dead fish.
Well, there's a lady that feeds them. I mean, actually feeds them canned food every day.
Yep.
So right there on, what do they call it? Forgot what they call the name of the road. And I've been there.
We've had in
hundreds of times.
In the almost 30 years I've been alive, there's only been one case where I remember Galveston actually turning blue, and I was on a tugboat. I couldn't, because my roommate called me up and he was like, "Dude, when are you getting back?" Like, I don't get back for a couple days, man. He's like, "You got to get back like now. What's going on?" Galveston's blue. What? Galveston's blue.
Was it after a storm?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, I think it's the way the way the earth rotates. It gets all the silt from the Mississippi River.
Well, that we have a lot of traffic.
Yeah.
Galveston is a huge transportation port.
Oh, I know, and so is Texas City, and then.
I hate the Texas City dike.
So, but yeah,
and Corpus Christi.
That was We went down to the dog track there in Houston. We took a dog down. This was years ago, and we were close to the dog track's on south of Houston, south part of Houston. And I told Ron, I said, we're 40 miles from the beach. I said, I don't care how shitty it is. I haven't been to the beach in years. We're going. We went, and we went back a few times. We got pictures of our kids there and all kinds of stuff. And
No, Donna, I have not seen it yet. I'm a huge horror fan. But recently I love the Hellraiser series, anything by H.P. Lovecraft. I loved Freddy Krueger, Jason Voorhees, Mike Myers, Pumpkinhead, the big baddies. Chucky was kind of one. He was there for a little bit, but the guys that just like you could think about them and you were getting shuddered down your spine. But we've gotten too much into this jump scare, ghost, demon possessions, like, oh, we can scare people better this way. Nobody's been able to come out with a new idea. They've been revamping everything. Don't get me, I would love to see the Hellraiser series revamped to see if they can continue it. But they can't think of another character and put it in original context. Oh, he's chasing teenagers in a camp. So they're not able to come up with a new idea. So they've been taking this ghost and demon possession. And you had the Strangers movie where it was just the neighbors next door that were crazy murderers. You had The Purge. And it's like, that's just vengeful, angry people being dicks. So I'm kind of burned out with those movies because it's been like that for the past like 10 years. That's all they can really do. Ghosts and demons. Like, y'all can't do now. Don't get me, the Dracula Untold was a great movie. I think they did really well with it, but it was more along the lines of a action movie. It wasn't a horror. It didn't have any horror basis to it, and it wasn't like the original Dracula or Bram Stoker's Dracula.
Mm-hmm.
It was just he's trying to defend his people. It kind of gave a face to the name Vlad the Impaler, but it wasn't a scary movie. It had no premises, no basis. There was nothing to be fearful of. Now the vampire is a little intimidating, but that's about it. So I would like to see some new horror movies that are better. Puppet Master was a good one, but there's just so many garbage horror movies there.
I don't watch horror movies. I watch thrillers, like 1408.
That was an alright one.
That one was good, especially if you got the Blockbuster one that had the 3 different endings, so you could see all 3.
Yeah. Well, Don, I know it's based off of real events and everything like that. I like horror movies, and I would like to see some change,
some creativity,
actual thought behind it. What can we do to scare people? Of course, now I guess the scariest thing for most teenagers is their phone battery's dead.
Oh yeah.
So what's the old hospital in Houston that was built on top of a cemetery?
Couldn't tell you.
Topeka State Hospital is one.
I've got the Jefferson Davis Hospital in the early 1920s. Houston City. Over the
Dilley, Texas, abandoned.
Disturb the graves of those resting in the former municipal cemetery, Jefferson
Davis Hospital.
There's also an abandoned. This one is in Dilley, Texas. I don't know what it's called.
There's nothing like a warm
Of course,
breeze of
it
air
has
through
stupid
your.
video. I hate when there's video.
I'm over here looking around at my tabs like I'm not doing anything that's
No.
going to get me audio right now. What the
That was
hell?
me. So
She's got a super mic on her camera.
I just wish I had a better light on my. It keeps coming and going again. So
The spirits
But
don't
that's
like
okay.
the light.
I guess maybe I just need to be kept in the dark anyway. But I had no clue that the Topeka State Hospital was built on a cemetery.
Oh, I don't know.
I'm much more comfortable in the dark.
Kansas, yeah.
Was on a what?
Built on a cemetery.
How do you know that?
Because I
You
looked it
looked
up.
online?
Yeah.
Well,
She Googled it.
I Googled it because they were asking about
anything
Texas.
Google's got is true.
Yeah.
I know that's not true.
Yeah, Google's the greatest.
Yeah.
Any web
I
browser.
mean, just pieces of, you know what?
Well,
Yeah,
we like DuckDuckGo.
That's
Even
all I use.
DuckDuckGo lost the Hillary Clinton trial.
What?
Hillary Clinton was
I
supposed
know.
to go to even DuckDuckGo didn't have anything about that.
Huh.
As like a day or two after it had come up that she was going to trial, it disappeared.
It disappeared off everything.
It
Yeah.
could be that somebody just wiped
She's
everything.
not going to trial for nothing.
Yeah.
No,
we don't
these
go to
things-
trial.
That goes to prove if you put something on the internet, it doesn't stay there all the time.
Yeah.
No, if you
She's the queen.
if you
She can
don't
do whatever
if you
she
want it to
wants.
stay and it's bad about you, it's staying forever. But
Right.
if it's about a politician, it's gone in a heartbeat.
it's
That's
only
right.
gone if you're on the right party.
You
Right.
mean the wrong party?
Why do you think when they catch these hackers, they hire them?
I know
Yep.
why. My company hires them to
Well,
find
yeah.
out how they're doing it.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing is once they do it, they create software to help keep that from happening again.
Right.
So, hey, Cameron, have you been taking your black seed oil?
Uh-oh. That's a no.
Can I hear you?
Hi, I
This is what I'm
know.
talking about, people.
I know.
Not you, everybody out there. You need to be taking this so you don't get COVID.
Yeah, it does work. If y'all remember, this was all shaved the hell off, and it's coming in thicker than hell right now. It's violently annoying. The beard is just. It's like, hey, you shouldn't have done that.
Was it going gray?
No, it's just
Okay.
it's coming.
No, he
in.
just got a wild hair one day and popped on the show and had shaved everything
no.
off.
I was going.
Yeah, it's
through,
chest hair, though.
depression is a bitch.
Yeah.
Well, that's what they kept telling me.
It'll grow
You know,
back.
they when I got my
Exactly.
hair cut.
That's
last-
why you're supposed to call when it gets like that so you don't shave your head and your beard.
Well, the thing is, my hairdresser wouldn't cut my hair for years because she thought I was depressed. And I'm like, no, if I'm telling you to cut my damn hair, cut my damn hair.
You
Yeah,
get
you're
paid
the
to cut
one
my
doing it.
hair. Shut the hell up. You're not my
Right.
psychiatrist.
And I
Right.
understand because a
You're
lot
not
of
my
women do that.
psychiatrist. You're my hairdresser.
Yeah. And so this last time when I sent her a message 2 weeks before, I said, I
Oh,
just want you to
here's
cut all my
Coco.
hair off. And she asked me why. I told her why.
Because you're depressed.
No, I told
Oh.
her because somebody gets her hands in my hair wrapped around 5 times and I look like I have a bouffant hairdo every morning when I sleep with her. So she's ripping
Which
my
is
hair
every
out.
night.
She's pulling my hair out by the roots.
Oh.
So I was like,
Do you really want to take black seed oil then? Because now it's going to stay a little long. It's going to take some more effort to rip out.
I wanted, I mean, by this time, if you come out here in 6 months, my hair will be back as long as it was.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not.
I will say I'm trying something new as well.
What are you trying to do?
So I saw a gentleman on TikTok chewing on a stick the other day, and I'm like, what the hell is he doing? Come to find out he's chewing on licorice root.
Right?
And it is supposed to help curb your appetite as well as your want for nicotine.
There's something else that's in licorice
Right.
that's supposed to be really good.
Because
For you.
It
It's
also
nasty.
yeah,
also- well,
licorice
this is
tastes so bad
flavored.
you don't want to eat anything else.
They have flavored roots, so it's not as bad. It's still pretty rough. But I was chewing on it like a half hour on my way home. And I went to go have a. I'm like, I just want to. So I had a cigarette, and I'm like, well, it might not curb the cravings as much, but it definitely makes them taste like crap. So all I got to do is chew on a stick for a little bit, and well, my desire to smoke goes away very quickly now.
What is it?
Good.
It's rampant in California. It's probably no longer yours. Train robberies.
But
in
Carl, they have flavored ones, so if you like strawberry or grape.
Did you hear that? They're robbing trains in California.
They are.
We're back to the Wild West, ladies and
Damn,
gentlemen. Get
Jesse
your pistols
James
out.
was again.
You should see these pictures because the fact that they're carrying goods from the ports into town, they figure
And
they
not being arrested.
Crash, so they got to stop.
no. That's from them taking it out of the train cars.
Holy cow.
And they're leaving the boxes and shit behind.
Damn.
It's horrible. You should see it. It's
Share it.
Let's see here.
That's,
Share it, and I'll put it up on the screen.
that's where they want to turn a country into is California.
Mm-hmm.
Ain't going to happen as long as I'm alive.
This is shared from my cousin in Bristol, Tennessee. Look at this.
Wow.
Oh my God.
Yeah. And he says crime is rampant in California. Remember the TV you ordered from a retailer in California? It's probably no longer yours.
Chad said they said a lot of them were Walmart, Amazon, and etc. packages. So yeah, anything you ordered that came into port on that and then put on that train didn't
In California.
make it. Yeah.
Did you get her milk?
She's got it there.
That is wicked.
That is horrible.
Yeah, that's disgusting.
It is. And those people should be going to jail.
Yeah.
Not in California.
Yep, that's what I was telling Ron. He goes, "Where's all that trash coming from?" He goes, "Are they throwing the trash on the the rails to make them stop?" I said, "No, they're opening the boxes."
They're parked.
Yeah.
They're down at the rail yard.
If I was them, I wouldn't even. And the thing is, these people are making our shortages worse because they can't get to us
I don't care.
in the middle of the country.
She didn't like her walker very long, did she?
She does. She's actually walking, so the walker. I only put her in it so that she could stand up and not get hurt.
And container.
Well, yeah. She's talking to Grandpa now.
Ah.
She
Hi, Clover.
say hi, Carl.
Hi, Clover.
Talking to you.
Oh,
Yeah,
looking
she's
at Grandpa
yeah,
now.
she's a grandpa.
So there you
Got her milk.
go. Yep, she's a good little girl. Ruby's
She's getting
being
big.
she is.
Yeah.
She's 9 months old this month.
And I remember when pork chop was that size.
Oh, I know.
Mm.
It doesn't seem like he should be any bigger than he is.
No.
So, but yeah, I recently saw a story about what licorice is good for.
It's terrible.
They say it's good for a lot of things.
Yeah, it's supposed to be good for your diet. It can help in your digestion. Can also help with reduces bacteria when you have ulcers. So
Right.
that's important. And it
Now,
also
that's
can help with
straight licorice root, right?
No, this is black licorice.
Oh God, no!
I can't eat it.
I can't eat that. That's
I'm-
nasty.
I'm sorry. I'm a strawberry Twizzlers person. It's
There
not
you go.
real licorice.
That'll work.
I'll eat the whole damn bag.
You put a black one in there, I won't touch it. That
No.
black licorice is nasty.
I don't like the anise.
Yeah, you tell them, Clover. It's nasty.
I don't like the anise. I won't use aniseed in anything. So I just can't stand it. So if it's something that has that, oh, you're closing early?
Yeah, I bet you are.
Is there no people out
It's been dead today.
Oh, you're closing up
Well,
there?
tomorrow might be busier since the temperature is going to be dropping.
I will hope so. Today was just, I've never seen it that slow.
Today was
slow.
really slow, huh?
Yeah,
The whole day or just
the whole day.
for dinner? Wow.
Mm-hmm. Yep, it was.
Yeah, we had a bunch of friends were years ago. They said, "Yeah, we're gonna go out and do some Jaeger shots." I'm like, "What's
No.
Jaeger shots? What's that?" I said, "Oh, it's great." It's like, "What's it taste like?" They said, "Like licorice." And I went, "Nope."
No, and it
Oh
does
no,
too.
no,
It tastes like black
I can't
licorice.
stand licorice. So I said, "There ain't no way I'm trying it."
We had some down at the ranch Paracon thing
Yeah.
I went to. You
Big
gave
River
us to,
Ranch.
yeah, with David and all of us. I took one shot of it and I said, "Forget that crap."
Oh, that's horrible.
I tried it,
I wouldn't even try
and
it.
I won't
They
ever.
drank a half a bottle and put it in my van,
Ugh,
What, moonshine?
right? No, Jägermeister.
Jaeger.
Oh.
So I'm sitting there probably 3 months later moving stuff around. I went, "What the hell is this? Oh, God, no.
And thank God it wasn't open.
Oh, hell no. The smell
Although
is,
the Jameson has a new Jameson.
I wouldn't drink.
I think Jameson's probably the worst Irish whiskey they got out there. It's horrible.
Go with Bushmills.
But I like orange. So I'm thinking about picking up.
Yeah, years ago I bought, like the little bitty bottle, a little sample bottle of Jameson. I couldn't even finish it. It was
Right.
that bad. Like
That's
Gringo's been trying to close for over an hour and someone comes in or the phone rings.
yeah.
One person, you know.
Christine. As all it takes is one.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
That's
you
all
could
it
be
takes.
like me, because the owner likes to say, "Hey, if they're here before we're open and everything, just let them come in." And I'm like, "No," because I get there at 5:30. That's an hour before the building even opens.
Mhm.
That hour is mine. If I want to take a crap, get breakfast, if I want to do whatever I want to do, that's my time. Leave me alone. This is time for me to wake up, get my coffee in me, and make sure I don't come off too much of an asshole to people in the morning. When you get here at 5:30 and I have to sit behind you to get into my own damn gate, you are now on my poop list.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You made me sit behind you. Dude, our times are listed. I get being early and everything, 15 minutes. But if you show up when I show up and you take away the one quiet hour I have away from me a day, it's the only time I get. That's the only peace and quiet I get all day. And you rob that from me. When I go to flip you upside down, I might just hold you down a little longer.
No,
You were looking for an air gap? My bad.
what gets us up there is that
Gas chamber.
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, we usually close about 8 o'clock. It never fails. Never fails. 10 till 8. Phone rings. You doing
Hey, you're
deliveries
still open.
20 miles away?
Nope.
Do you?
Yeah,
do you
we
guys
do.
deliver that? Because we can't get anybody to deliver down here unless it's Casey's. And
Oh,
if
we
you-
deliver. We deliver the entire town. We deliver up to Lake Viking, which is 10 miles from 7 miles. We deliver to Altamont, which is 11 miles away from us. And we deliver in Coffee, which is another 15 to 18 miles away.
So I may or may not just call up one day and wait for not you to answer and put it in a delivery
Yeah, right.
and see what she said.
You
'Cause
don't,
I know
yeah.
as soon
She's
as
listening right
That's
now.
all right.
That's
Wait until
fine,
you hear,
because
wait
she
until you
doesn't know
find
my
out of our
address.
area what the delivery charge is.
that's fine.
Right, we have a local guy who does delivery here. He charges $7.50 per delivery.
Because I'm
and-
sure she's gonna be like, all right, let me write your address down. And she's gonna think and be like, wait a minute, that voice sounds familiar. Who do I know down in Texas that's a big enough asshole to do something like that?
Only one.
Carl, Cameron's on the phone.
And the worst thing about it, you can order online.
Ooh. Oh yeah, but if I do it online, it'll put in the address and everything.
Yeah.
That'll get shut down real quick.
No, I'll just put it in a hot box and say, give me money for the plane ticket. I got to deliver it.
Hey, I'm going down to Texas for a delivery. What? Yeah, somebody made a delivery down to Texas.
I'll
Yeah,
get
you
on the
don't wanna go
plane. I'll
into
have
the-
a cooler that's heated, and what they ask what it is, and I'm gonna say I'm a transplant delivery.
Yeah. Well,
Don't
actually,
mess with me.
I've seen a pizza dude on a plane. Not personally, but I've seen a video of a pizza dude took his pizza. The delivery driver took the pizza on the plane and went through an airport, got to the other airport, delivered the pizza, and then got back on a plane and returned back to his home.
You know they do that with crabs. I can order crabs from Maryland and pick them up at the airport.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not doing it because it's too damn expensive.
Well, yeah.
But if I wanted them bad enough, I could. But I
mean,
think
It'd be easier just to
To go.
go to the ocean.
it is.
It is. Well, it's like up here. It's been so rough on
That way I can kick sand.
the food service deliveries up in this area. They've lost a lot of drivers.
Yeah.
They quit, or they can't get it, or whatever. And we was having a hard time getting a lot of stuff. Right? Our local grocery store was loving us, but now we're hooked into another one, and so far they're doing pretty good. I can't complain about them. So
Delivery, like, I know what you're talking about, Carl.
Graves and different ones, Cole.
Our delivery, if you want to order food, like the only places you can still get reasonable pricing at is going to be Pizza Hut, pizza places that have been doing it for years. Because if anything on DoorDash, which Wally orders DoorDash all the time, I don't know how he's able to afford it because their charges and fees. If I were to get just a burger, you're paying for the equivalent of like 3 meals.
Yeah.
Just
My
to have
daughter
that
was
burger
on DoorDash
delivered,
during
it's
the pandemic.
insane.
Oh, I know. Well, we're the only one up here. Well, really, in a big, gigantic area here, all the way to Cameron, that is an actual restaurant that delivers food.
Yeah.
Yeah, Denise went up to Walmart the other day, spent $140, and came back with
6 bags?
5 little bags of nothing.
Mm-hmm.
It's getting bad.
I said, "Where $140?" I said, "Where's the other bags at?" She goes, "This is it."
Mm-hmm.
I had to look at the damn receipt. I said, "Did you get cash out or what?" No,
That's
No.
$140 for just a few little things.
Couple things. in
The thing,
Like
thing
Chad
you buy-
said, he ordered Domino's last week, and they told him they didn't have any delivery drivers.
Yeah. I was talking to one of the Amazon drivers when I was walking down the stairs at Leah's.
Mm-hmm.
He's 63 years old. He goes, "This is not a job for a man my age."
Yeah.
He goes, "I'm running up and down stairs." He goes, "I'm doing all this
No, you
shit."
said you went into a store and there are nothing but older people working in it.
Yeah.
Because these little piss ass punks, I don't know what they're lazy.
Yeah. And
They
the
think they're
society-
entitled to make.
the administration
Right.
we have now has made them that way.
Yeah, we deserve $15 an hour at fast food.
Pampers and
So when we
coddles.
go to a job, we
They don't
deserve.
do nothing. They're
Oh, did you hear Wally?
dumb
What
as hell.
Wally said?
Yeah, I
But
see.
other than that,
He has Dash Pass, no delivery charges, and adds $1 to $2 fee.
Either way, these kids, listen, you little booger eating idiots. I started off making minimum wage. I was making $7.25 an hour when I was 16 years old.
Wow, that's
When I was-
great.
When I was 18 years old, that was minimum wage at the time.
Mine was
18.
$35.
Now, 18 years old, I was making $8 an hour. At 19 years old, I was making $10 an hour. When I went to the Navy, I was making less than minimum wage.
Right.
And then once I got out of the Navy, I started working. I have worked plenty of different. You don't deserve a damn thing in this life. You want it, you go earn it.
You don't want to know what my first paycheck was in the Army.
oh, it was
Oh, it was.
It was-
Yeah, but your money went a lot further back then compared to nowadays.
It was $86.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
So
horrible.
y'all aren't entitled to a damn. You don't deserve 50 part-time jobs, minimum wage jobs, burger flipping jobs are not meant to be a livable way. They're meant for some jackass
Right.
like me in
It's
high
hard.
school and college to get some experience on a resume and have some beer money on the weekend.
Yep.
That's what it's meant for. That's why it's called minimum wage, not livable wage.
Right.
Now, do I agree with how much minimum wage is? No. Do I think we should raise it a little bit to $15
Why?
an hour? Hell no, because that's going to raise everything else. $15 an hour is
Yeah, you
outrageous.
can't find anyone to work for minimum wage. So
Yeah,
that minimum wage you can throw out. Don't
You,
push on
you
it.
raise it to $15 an hour at these
Been in the
fast
shit
food
out of my
places.
shit.
Nobody's going to eat fast food.
No, nobody can afford to.
Oh, pork chop.
Nobody can afford.
He's okay. He was doing something he shouldn't have been doing.
But it's not so
Oh.
not so much
You're
that we
making all
need
the
to.
shit.
He doesn't mean to.
When I tell him not to do it, he keeps doing it.
It's the fact that the cost of living for everything, the housing market's skyrocketed, colleges skyrocketed, medical expenses are out of control. So, I mean, why do you think people don't have kids nowadays? Because we can't afford to have them.
We couldn't
You see,
afford them either.
I started working at McDonald's when I was 17. And
They've
got
incentivized us to go on
$2.35 an hour.
Yeah. I worked at Friendly's Ice Cream back in 1984 for $3.35 an hour. And that was, and I was not getting tips because I was not a waitress. I was a production worker. I made all the ice cream sundaes. And so that
Yeah.
it is what it is. When I was
But
going to college,
Everything was
But
everything
alright,
was a
so
lot
let me ask you-
cheaper back in because gas was under 50 cents a gallon.
Right,
back
but when
then.
y'all were getting
it
minimum
wasn't when I
wage,
was.
when y'all were getting
It
minimum
went.
wage,
From 50 to 80 real fast.
Yeah, I did.
when y'all were getting minimum wage, where were you living? What were you doing? High school, college, parents' house, stuff like that.
When I was getting minimum wage, it was between getting divorced and getting married, and I was basically house sitting for my soon-to-be father-in-law or stepfather. So I didn't have to pay rent or anything. I just took care of all the stuff.
Right.
When I was getting minimum wage, I was living with my parents.
Let's see.
Yeah, Chad, our property tax went up. Was it $800?
Yeah, because $400 each
Yeah.
half year.
Yep.
800
And we voted
for
no.
nothing.
Yep.
We're getting nothing for it. Teachers are getting a good raise.
And the schools
Mhm.
are
Doing
getting
such a good job
and the schools are getting some additions to
teaching
them.
the current racist training.
Not here.
Well, they're going to try, but
Well, have they started shutting any of the schools down there
They
where
shut
you're at?
down.
they're shutting them down because of the flu.
They shut down Olathe
That's the problem
and KCK.
right now is the flu is going around.
Right.
It's not COVID. It's the regular old flu. And
No, but there are
What
people that are
happened-
getting the flu and coronavirus at the same time, and they're calling it Florona.
Well, you do know that if with the PCR
Well-
test, if they spin it around enough times, it could be one of 100 different.
what happens is, and it
Yeah.
happens. This happens every year about this time because everybody they go they go on a Christmas vacation and New Year's break. Everybody goes back to families. They're going all over the place, and then when they get back, they're passing all these new germs around. And when the kids get back to school, then that's how everybody gets the flu. Plus, the little bastards never wash their hands, so
Yeah.
Right.
Our schools go back.
it happens every year.
Yeah.
It's about this time of year,
Casey,
and we haven't had any real cold weather.
Yeah.
No, but
You
that's
know.
changing.
well, I mean,
Yeah, that's gonna
it's
change
it's
tomorrow.
periodic. I mean, we've had what 4 maybe really cold days so far.
Yeah.
So it's not hard.
I
But
know.
yeah.
And here we are in the latter part of January.
Mhm.
What's February going to bring us? Because everything's like 30 days behind.
Yeah, it's gonna be nasty.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if we get through February, I feel a lot better. And once we hit March, because if it
Yeah.
does snow or anything, it doesn't last long.
No, but it can dump quite a bit in
Oh
March.
yeah, yeah.
I've seen it dump 18 inches in Kingston.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So
Yeah, they're calling for Dauphin Island
mhm.
to possibly get some ice and Interstate 10 to
Yeah.
get some. So Mobile and so basically
That's it,
where we
Brian.
live, Daphne was one of those that was gonna get it.
Yeah. I know the whole East Coast up there. I seen where Dan Meadows was posting his snowfall there, and then they was posting all the wrecks and everything in Virginia
Oh yeah.
So
I
everything's
know. I
down
mean,
that
my
whole
niece
East
died.
Coast.
They look pretty nasty.
Yeah,
Yeah.
even Virginia Beach is supposed to get possibly some ice. And
Yeah.
they usually don't get any ice. So
Hey, little man.
say hi.
Hi, pork chop.
You show him your Nightmare Before Christmas jammies. He's here. Let me put it down here where you can. Oh, you're gonna knock my computer off.
Mm-hmm.
Let me get that computer. There you go. There you go.
Aw,
Show him Jack. Yeah.
no sleep till Christmas. That's a long ways off.
Yeah, I know.
always off.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a long ways off.
He's trying to move my computer so you can see. Something. Yeah, that's
Mhm.
Sissy, isn't it?
Yeah, that's your sissy.
Yeah, he doesn't call her Clover. He calls her Sissy.
Yeah, well,
I
that's what
started calling her that.
that's what big brothers are supposed to do. That's a little sissy
That's the nickname.
until she gets bigger, and he goes, "That's that blanking sissy of mine."
Yeah, he might say that now.
Yeah, I know.
She's now getting really antsy.
Yeah, she is.
She was really. I mean, she was sleepy when she first got here. So during the show, I got a message from one of my mom's.
Well, that's something to come back to.
Yeah.
Mom's cousin.
Telling me
Perfect timing.
that my mother's sister's kid, my cousin,
Right.
he was raised by my
No.
So he was raised by my grandfather. You have to have a scorecard to keep track of my family. So Michael was raised by my grandfather and step
Short
grandmother,
story long.
and so technically, by adoption, would make him my mother's brother. But my mother never called him a brother; just called her nephew. But
Right.
he was homeless in Bristol the last time I heard. Well, she says he's not homeless now. He's got an address. And the thing is, the guy's creepy.
Who's telling you this?
Beth was telling me that he wants to reach out and talk to me down in Judy, and I don't think I want to. So-
Now he's wanting something.
Like everybody else
Well,
in the family.
I mean, his mother's the same way.
First side of the family calls, it's for money.
And I'm
That's it.
just kind of like the guy earlier. Have I heard the good news? Yep. Okay, he's gonna leave me alone now because he can't get me.
Right.
It doesn't matter what his good news is. Makes me think of 2.5 Men when Alan was messing with Candy.
Mhm.
He goes, "Have you heard that?" Had some Mormons show up and say, "Have you heard the good news?" And
He goes, no, I got something better
now
to
here,
tell
let me tell you my good news. Says he's sleeping with a 22-year-old.
I've started
Right.
seeing them biking around again.
Hey, Howard, how you doing? We're having a fun time here talking.
Those door-to-door, nice white shirts. Have you heard
Riding their
of them?
bikes.
Yeah, riding the bikes with the helmets. They're starting to get closer and closer to my neighborhood, and I am just. We had one come to my apartment when I lived in the Atascocita, and I normally when I hear the door, I put pants on, I throw a shirt on, everything. Did that. Walked up, looked through the peephole, and saw the white, nice press shirt, the Word of God. So I was like, I know exactly what this is. So I stripped right back down. Opened the door in my underwear. I'm like, yeah. And I started just digging it. I'm over here digging for gold in my belly button. And this kid's just like, have you heard that he's trying his hardest to maintain eye contact?
You know Piper is a girl.
Oh,
Yeah.
Piper.
He's thinking, I've seen worse.
So he's trying to do what he can.
Oh,
And I bet you're right. He probably has seen worse, but he's never been followed up with, you want to come inside for some coffee? This dude, I think I'm at the wrong address and left.
Oh, wow.
I was putting it on hot and like, you're gonna get violated today. And
Wow.
we never saw him again. So I'm just
I'll bet.
it's that time of year. They're coming out in numbers again. I'm just waiting. Just come on by. Just give me one more person Scar for life.
That's a good plan, actually. I like it.
I should have done that with Melvin, but he might have come back.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
There you go,
Actually, you know, the
Cameron.
Jehovah's
Crystal
Witnesses-
just got a load of a bunch of books in on soldiers and guns and more.
I do like books of guns.
She's got a bunch of books on.
I do
soldiers
need to get
and
my.
guns.
I've got a book I stole from my brother of all the armament we have used through history, and it goes up to like
Quiet.
1990, something like that. It's a great book. It just shows all the different weaponry we've used. And there's been some cool shit we've used.
Oh yeah.
I'll have to see if I can find that book.
So Janice, what do we got coming up
Which
in the
reminds me, I
paranormal?
have to clean my desk for Friday.
So we have on.
Crystal, send me what you got. Send me photos of what you have. See if I'm in. Let me see if I'm interested first.
Who do I have on Monday? I forgot who I have. I have Katie and Katie Stafford.
That's right.
Oh yeah.
We're going to be talking about technology and the paranormal and what's coming up there. So some paranormal conferences and stuff coming up. More than likely, Big River Ranch this year is supposed to have Jeremy Leonard, who was on the show with him, Ghost of Morgan City.
Right.
And really nice guy. He suffered a heart attack last year, so it'd be good to see him.
Where's my show host?
I'm working on a show for the end of the month with Frank Bennett, David Glidden, and Linda Carino.
Oh,
Paratainment versus paranormal reality.
What?
And Linda Carino's been on Paranormal Witness and other shows. So she's actually in the entertainment business. And David is actually the one who coined the term paratainment.
Right.
And Frank definitely has an opinion. And so that's just through the end of the month. I have
You got Clarissa coming on, don't you?
who?
Isn't it Clarissa?
Vanessa.
Yeah.
Vanessa and Kat Gash are going to be coming on in February. We're going to be talking about let's go. They'll be talking about TV mediums versus mediums in reality.
Mm-hmm.
Do you walk? Basically, do you walk up to someone because you see something and tell them? No, you don't do that. You're invading on their private time, their space.
Right.
There goes.
I just can't do that. Hey, Cassie.
And then you got Rosie coming on.
I have Rosie coming on March 7th, I believe it is. I had to get her put out a little ways for her to do that. I have Richard Fund coming on February 21st. And like I said, Ruby took my phone, so I can't remember everything. And then I have another show with Paranormal Integrity. We're going to be talking about that with David Glidden and David Glidden, Jim Mallard, and Stephanie Smith. It's who
Cool. You got a pretty good lineup coming up.
Yeah. And then I also have a guy who wrote a bunch of books on paranormal photography, Tim Skillion. I was supposed to have him on back in June of last year, but I got sick. It was on my birthday. Let go. And then I had supposed to have him on again, and he didn't respond to me the night before, so I canceled the show.
Right.
If you don't respond to me, the hell with you.
Yeah, I keep reaching out to a couple people to try and interview them for our show, and
And then I'm also going to have on Primo. They're a paranormal group out of St. Louis. We've investigated with them many times at McPike Mansion. We were volunteers together.
Mm-hmm.
And they want to come on, and I asked them if they wanted to talk about it as a topic or just a traditional interview. So far, John and Terry.
Oh.
And that's what their team is called. Primo.
Oh, it is.
I swear, I see so much of my dad and Ron as well. Like, there's got to be a certain age where guys hit where wife brings up a name or Christmas presents get bought. And what did we get him this year? Who are they again? Oh,
That's what happened. Oh, we lost him.
I'm
Pork
betting
chop.
that-
Pork
I'm
chop
betting
hit the
pork-
wrong button on
Yeah,
the computer. I
I'm betting they hit
guarantee you.
But
I guarantee you.
my dad would be tanning my hide right now if I did
Nah.
something like that.
Pork chop is a good kid. He's good. He's all boy. 100%. But yeah, we got there she's back and she's going to tell us. You wait.
You know what?
Clover, she decided she wanted to play it with my keyboard.
Oh, it was Clover. Oh, we missed really bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Clover.
Yeah.
She started messing with my keyboard and she found the hotkeys and everything went away.
Alt F4.
I see.
I thought it was Ruby.
Cases and everything.
I don't want.
So
I don't want to see purple.
Yeah, as soon as I've got a guest for our Second Amendment rent show,
dark
as soon as he
is
can
flowing.
dial in the time
Purple.
frame and everything, we're going to have Mark Alford from Kansas, from
The
Knoxville.
dark is just around here.
John and Terry.
yeah.
The
That's the
dark
shit
is
team is they're made up.
ALF
fucking here.
40.
Hey,
Carl?
we can't cuss.
I didn't.
No, not you. Him.
Oh.
Carl.
He was using the F word.
Oh,
Is that my fault?
Nope, that's not your fault.
no.
Yes.
That's like
Goodness.
We can blame it on you, though.
I
If he-
still blame it
If
on
he
him.
says it, he said you're one that you're allowed.
you little turd.
Oh, look at that smile.
I know.
Oh, he
He
knew
knows.
He knew exactly.
He just
Yeah.
copies his parents. All he has to do is hear something once.
Got you
Yep.
turning
And he repeats
red.
it.
Big yawn.
That's
Yeah.
because you took my word.
Yeah. He
You took
uses
his
it a
word,
lot.
Ruby. You took his word.
Yeah, the-
All I heard is he's turning red. Yes.
yeah.
You took the one thing I get every show. One time. One time. But Carl,
One
Mark,
time.
all ALFORD.
Yes.
My God.
Uh-oh.
Newscaster for
my
Fox Sports
God.
Kansas City for 20 years.
What's
And
on
he
air?
grew up and went to school in Texas.
I remember
Who's
when
that?
I remember his first time he was on the air in the morning.
Actually-
Mark Alford.
Oh, yeah.
I like
Yeah,
Mark
he's
Alford.
running for Congress, though.
Yep. He's running for 4th District Congress.
Yeah.
He's a good guy.
Yes, he is. And he's a Second Amendment
Oh,
sponsor.
yeah.
Advocate,
Yeah,
yeah.
he's a
Yes.
conservative.
Like I said, I like Mark Alford, and he's running on the Missouri side or the Kansas side.
Missouri.
Missouri, yeah.
He lives in Knobnoster.
A car.
Wow, that's a heck of a drive. So that means he lives by Steve Hayes.
Is it Knobnoster or Knobtown?
If it's Knoxtown, that's by Missouri. That's in
Hold
Raytown.
on.
Yeah.
That's where?
In Raytown, Missouri.
Yeah. That's
Hold on.
where he lives. He's the mayor down there.
What's
No,
Knob?
there's only.
No,
I mean,
no,
all
no.
there are is strip clubs there.
No, what's the
Hey!
Okay.
Knob,
What?
Knob,
what-
Knob, what?
And Knoxtown
Knobtown.
has biker bars and strip clubs.
K-N.
Knobtown sounds like something that you'd find on a certain black and orange website.
It's a town, actually.
It's been there forever. That I
Why,
know.
did you look him up on Facebook?
Pull your hair?
Oh, I looked up Carl
Well, don't do it to her.
Alford or Mark Alford up on just kind of do a quick background check on him. But I didn't see anything about Knobtown.
Yeah,
But he definitely
Knoxtown is
looks. I mean, he looks like he's going to be an interesting character. He definitely has a face for television.
I-
He's got, and like I said, and he talks a lot about Texas.
I don't know.
We're
'Cause
gonna
That's
get along.
that's where he was born, raised, and grew up, and started on a station down there before coming up to Kansas City.
Maybe he can get me a job.
Talk about.
Hey,
You want to talk about?
I mean, that would be a terrible idea. I could tone down the cussing a little bit, but if you tell me, oh, you can't have conservative beliefs or values, well, I'll tell you where to shove it.
Right.
Very
Well,
quick.
how I got a hold of him was real funny. A gentleman came into the restaurant,
Mm-hmm.
and I got to talking to him and told him I'm a producer of radio shows and I'm the founder of the Bill of Rights Network and everything. We have Second Amendment Ranch show. He goes, really? Here's see if you know this man. You need to talk to him. He hands me Mark's business card, and I go, yeah, I know him from Fox 4 for 20 years down there before he retired. Yeah, he's running for Congress, 4th District Congress. And I went, okay. He goes, I'm kind of his manager. And then he gave me his business card. So I called him up, told him who I was and everything. He said, yeah, he talked to the manager and stuff. They're working out a time frame on the Friday night and everything to where they can do it. And I said, you can do this on your phone. He goes, really? He may be at a town hall meeting when he does it.
Be interesting.
Oh, it would. Because, like I said, he's a big advocate of the Second Amendment. Big advocate. So,
Well, if I ever get him back down to Texas, depending on how this interview goes, hey, I've got some things for you to play with.
And that doesn't sound good.
okay.
Get your head out of the gutter.
Bum, bum,
Bump.
beep, beep, bum.
Bing bong.
What? You walked right by her.
Beep, beep,
Hey, Ruby.
bum,
Ruby.
beep,
Ruby.
bum.
Can you say, hey, Ruby?
Hey, Ruby.
I gotta get my finger right.
My
Ruby. Can you say Cameron?
Can you say Cameron? Yep, Cameron.
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 Grandpa, that is like a tower.
I feel like I'm trying to decipher the Echo box right now.
I play it.
I don't have my phone here.
Like,
No, he means talking to Ruby.
yeah, I feel like I'm trying to
Guess
decipher
what?
what.
He's not talking with a binky in, so this is great.
Yeah.
So,
A baby.
oh, enjoy making breakfast, Irene.
Sky.
Awesome.
Bacon.
It's breakfast time in Japan.
Yeah.
I fall in the cloud.
It's bedtime here in America.
Cloud.
Almost.
A cloud.
Getting close. Getting close.
It is for somebody.
Yeah.
She was, like I said, she was asleep when they got here, and by the time he walked out, by the time he brought her in my room, he was like,
fell to the cloud.
I hear Grandma. I hear
Yeah,
Grandma.
but you know what? With all the technology they've got and years of making it and everything, it should have been able to make that baby formula taste better. That is the nastiest stuff there is out there.
And just think, when it's curdled, it's worse.
Oh, God, yes.
It's like
And expensive.
$36.99 for the biggest thing they have.
Mm-hmm.
So
I know when Cassidy was a baby and she ran out, I went, I'll go Walmart.
I promise
Get a can of it.
Get bad milk real quick.
But anyway, I go to Walmart and go to the baby section, ask the lady, where's the formula? And she goes, oh, it's over in the food aisle. I went, okay. I walk over there. She told me what aisle to go down. I turned on that aisle and my mouth dropped open.
Yep.
There's two sides all the way down with different types of baby formula.
yeah,
And I looked at it and I looked at the price and I went, oh, hell, this kid's going to learn how to drink beer. It's cheaper.
Yeah.
It is. That little bitty can.
Yeah, it's expensive.
yeah, $18.99 now for that little can.
Well, it's went down because it was $32, I think, for it when I bought it.
Well, remember, it's
Oh
subsidized.
no, that one's 38.
Right. Okay.
Yeah,
But anyway, I bought it and I'm like, okay, it takes so many scoops. This ain't going to last this kid 3 days.
Oh no,
That's why you need to whip that movie out.
I went, man, I can buy a case of beer and it'll last her a week.
Yeah,
She'll be
it's
sleeping more.
yeah. I might be small, but I breastfed all 4 of our kids, and we never bought formula. Never.
You got lucky.
I know.
My mom said she couldn't feed me, that she was starving me. So I was the only one she tried. She never fed any of the others. And I'm the only one of my sisters that breastfed my kids.
I know
And I
when
did it
my
at Ward Parkway Shopping Center too.
when my
I
nephew and nieces were
then.
little and everything, and they started coming out with Infamil in the can. Remember the tall can, right?
Yeah, where you just pour it in.
Yeah, you had your can opener deal and put the hole in it and pour it in and heat it up, and yeah, it's good.
Yeah, she doesn't want hers heated up. I just add it to room temperature water and we're done.
Really?
Yep.
So, which is
Pretty easy.
I'm pretty sure I was in the same boat because knowing me, I know for a fact that I would steal my sister's formula all the time. I was a very weird little kid.
Yeah, you're
Really?
just screwed up.
Yeah. And I know for a fact I stole like all her formula regularly. So whether it was hot or cold, like just feed me.
Oh, that's like
And I'm
growing
still
up.
like that. I mean, if you want, the quickest way to my heart is food.
That's like growing
just
up.
stuck
My
with
baby sister, I was 9 years old when she was born, right? So for breakfast, I'd eat a bowl of oatmeal. Well, we'd have hers fixed up the baby, or the baby multi-meal type stuff, baby cereal.
Yep.
My brother, who's 6 years older than me, so he'd been 15, that's all he'd eat is that baby multi-meal stuff.
Oh,
And I'm like, God, that's nasty.
Yeah, that's
I like cream. I still eat cream of wheat and oatmeal.
Oh, yeah, cream, wheat, multi-meal, oatmeal.
I have some multi-meal.
But
So
Grits with brown sugar.
Ron likes his
grits are good.
butter. So, and I make polenta, which is technically grits.
Oh, really?
Polenta lasagna.
sugar, huh?
It's really good. For people who are out there that don't eat gluten, polenta's the way to go.
How did we go for thousands of years eating bread left and right to somehow now magically being allergic to gluten?
It isn't. It is all the other additives that made us sensitive.
Right.
It's all the drugs and shit they put in our food.
It's all the additives and everything
Yeah,
that
you're
don't
not
last.
allergic. You're not
don't
allergic
taste
to
good.
gluten. You're allergic to the crap they put in with it.
Right. But the thing is if it has gluten in it, they add certain things. And it's like, what about xanthan gum? They add that to everything that's gluten free. What if you're allergic to that? You know, that's what they put in bread and gluten free bread.
Oh, I know a couple of kids that had to have gluten free stuff, and it's like, my God, everything you grab. It's just like we went on a camping trip with my brother, sister-in-law, and kids and their friends, right? And this little boy and everything, we're cooking hamburgers and hot dogs and stuff. And he goes, I can't have any of that, but I can eat the hot dog bun.
Wow.
And I went, what the hell are you talking about?
I'm going fishing for a dog right now.
When he was born, they do that test where they, in the heel.
Yeah, PKU test.
Yeah. He was 16 years old and never had tasted meat.
Mm.
Oh no!
Yeah.
No!
Yeah.
No! Come here.
There's your
So,
horror
he
story.
was saving his money up. When he turned 18, he could go get that shot that would allow him to eat beef.
Huh.
Good man.
But he couldn't eat a hamburger bun. Do you know why?
Gluten.
No. Hamburger buns are made with milk.
Oh.
Hot dog buns are made with water.
Thank you. You've been
I did not know that at that time.
I bet you if you look at different ones, you'll find different things. I mean,
Right. But back then, we're talking 30 years ago.
Yeah.
Right. And everything. And I was like, oh, man. He goes, yeah, I can take the juice off, take a hamburger up and get the hamburger juice on the bun, but I can't eat beef or it gets real sick.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, what you're
No.
missing. I want to be there when you get that shot.
Bro, I
And
want to be
takes
there
into
when
the
he
first
gets the
good
shot.
burger.
I want to be there.
Mm.
Me, if I can't eat meat, just kill me.
Exactly.
If I disappear, y'all know why. Because I can't eat meat anymore. I am now dead. Because meat is a heavy, heavy part of my diet.
I can eat just about anything that don't eat me first.
You see this?
I'll eat any out like a light. That's where we're at. This is me reclining was a very bad idea because I'm heading to that same zone real quick now.
So yeah, I have this specialty with her. I can get her to sleep almost any time.
I mean,
I
that's
have
the
that with
Navy.
kids myself.
That's the military. I can put you to sleep wherever I need you to.
Yeah, they can. They can also wake you up whenever they want to.
That's right. Come here, buddy. Where's my co-host? Come on. Where's my co-host?
How's that?
Where's my co-host? Come on.
There we go.
There we go.
There's the puppy. You see the puppy?
There's my co-host. There he is.
Well, I got
yeah.
a investigation coming up here in the next couple of weeks up here in Gallatin.
Oh,
So,
Yeah.
When is it?
I was invited to go along, and mainly I'm going along with the infrared cameras, the tape recorders, and film everything the first night.
Where at?
A house here in Gallatin is all I know that I can say. But go in there, and then with the other people it's going to be there, and then the next night they're going to cleanse the house.
What are they going to use to clear it?
Who's running the show?
I can't say who's running the show right now.
Well, hopefully they use Palo Santo so they only have to clear it and not put good intentions back in.
Denise, you know one of them, and they
Okay.
will. I told them if they needed any help in anything like this to contact you.
Yeah.
Why are they automatically assuming it needs to be cleared?
From what I've heard, I'm really wanting to catch some evidence over there because there's a lot of crazy stuff going on in the house.
Okay.
So I will catch it on the video or video, audio. I'll be over there with all that equipment and writing a bunch of stuff down, but that's what I'm going to do over there. And
Yeah.
then I'll be there when they clear it.
Yeah. The big thing is cleansing is one thing, that's cleaning, but clearing is a little bit different. When you clear, you still got to put the intentions back in there. And that's why I say use something like Palo Santo or lilac, gets rid of the bad, leaves the good,
Mm-hmm.
and you're done in one sweep, as opposed to if you use sage, you've got to go use sweetgrass
Yeah,
afterwards.
you need to use a good
Right.
board. Clear.
Good Ouija board to clear. This person won't, because if it's who
Well,
I think
it's going to be a completely different type of
I
deal
just want to see if they
and everything. Yeah. We'll put it that way.
are these people out of Maysville?
Nope.
No. Okay.
Nope. Nope.
Okay.
Is somebody you know?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
I didn't know if it was somebody that had contacted you.
No.
Or-
I can't.
We talked about it the other night. So,
Oh, good.
but yeah,
They can't say anything.
like I said, I'm going to be there to document.
Okay.
Is what I'm going to be there for. Because they didn't get to document the last time they did this.
Why?
I don't know. They didn't think about it.
Oh. So you figure they just went in the first time for a consultation kind of thing, and then,
No, they went in and cleansed the house.
but it didn't take.
Yeah. We'll put it this way. There will be a high princess there.
Well, they might need some black salt. Maybe
I know they deal a lot with crystals and gems.
I'll take some Jägermeister. That'll get rid of anything.
Yeah.
can't pull up this thing. This is
But
Another one to stick around after that.
yeah, but as soon as we do it, and we have permission to videotape it and go through it, and to show it some of it live.
Yeah.
So
Just don't say the address
I won't.
or whose house it is, and you should be good.
Oh yeah,
No, I mean, it's Gallatin, Missouri. Only the people in town are going to know.
right,
Yeah,
right.
Apricks up there.
But it's
They'll be selling tickets for 120
it's
feet.
it. We'll put it this way: I've investigated with a lot of people at different times, but from what I'm hearing, it's nothing I've ever been involved with before.
Well, can't be as dark as the Sally house.
No, not as dark, but from what I heard, I don't think there's anything dark there. There's
been going
just
on
a
for
lot
quite
of
Years there, or
weird stuff happening, right?
Ron asked
how
how
many years has
long.
this been going on there?
Quite a while.
Okay.
How old's the house?
If it's here in Gallatin, I would say it's probably before 1900. But it also depends on the exact address, which I don't have that right now.
Right.
Uh,
That doesn't mean anything. I mean,
no,
the town
it
was
don't,
down in the
because
town
up
now.
in this area, you gotta remember, and you know, up in this area, you had so much going on
Yeah.
back in the early 1800s with the Mormon Wars and gun battles and Jesse James and Frank James and
Yeah, the
you-
1830s to the 1870s were volatile up there.
right, they were. So it could be something to do with the land.
It could be. In fact, I kind of feel like they've got like 5 spirits there that are creating or they're wreaking havoc, but
Yes,
they're kind of fighting with each other.
that could be from that kind of fits with what I've been told.
Like I said, I don't know where you're talking about. So
Right. But
I
that would explain a lot of what they're doing over there.
because they seem like they're arguing and fighting with each other, and I got a feeling that the people that live in the house are doing the same thing.
That I don't know.
I mean, they're not going to tell you that personally, most likely, but I got a feeling that they're causing something to happen to where they're either disagreeing about something that's major as far as this goes. Are the people in the house, all of them for paranormal? Okay.
For
They always?
for the investigation and the cleansing. Yeah.
But were they all originally? Did one of them had to be talked into it, right?
I think so.
Okay. And most likely it was the male.
Yeah. I would say more than likely.
So,
But
I mean,
I really want to find out and try to do something over there because there are little kids.
that's always important to think about the children.
Right.
The thing is the spirits there feel like they're all adults that are causing the problems. And I don't think that they're wanting to hurt the kids, but they're
They're not hurting
No.
anybody,
they're just scaring.
but from what I was told, to me it would be a fun house.
Yeah.
You know,
But
the
if you
doors
live in
and
it, not
things
so
like
much.
that. Knives rattling.
That could be dangerous
I
because
know.
if they're rattling them, they can get them to they may
To
be able
move.
to get them to move.
Right.
And the question is were there any serial killers up in that area at any time that you know of? I don't know why I'm asking that.
No,
I don't know why I'm asking that.
none
Yeah.
none I
If
can
there's
think
serial
of.
killers in that area.
Oh,
The rattling in the drawer.
I don't know. Hey, Cameron, did you know about the history where Carl and Gary live? About their
We were just talking about the Mormon War.
they're Mormons.
No.
First time we went up there, I had no idea about all that history. It was
And you
weird.
should have, because part of them that left our area went to Atchison.
But nobody ever talked about
No
that.
one said anything.
Nobody
about
talked
it.
about it until
No one talked about
until I researched where those people went from Hans
Yeah.
Mill. Is
Mhm.
how I found out that their cemetery, where a bunch of the people died from cholera, were buried at the O Street Cemetery, that was actually moved for cow pasture.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That one is true. The
Yeah,
other
after we
graveyard, they
did,
didn't
after we
move.
went up there, you know, to your area, and then we went back to Atchison. We started doing some. You told us that a lot of them went to Atchison, and when we did the research, and like, wow. Then
Well,
we
you
started talking to some people.
look at where
there,
our
and they're
cemetery.
like,
Look
yeah,
at where the Cox Cemetery we take care of is at. I
Yeah.
mean, it's right there.
I should have known something was up first time we went up there. I mean, I had all these cars driving around with, you know, have you killed a Mormon today bumper sticker? And I thought, wow, that's kind of weird.
Yeah. That's
I thought
right.
that was a little off.
There's a
But,
lot of Mormon hate crimes.
Hey, that's what I tell a lot of them up here that
Gonna cut you up
that-
like a quilt.
that tick me off in a way, you know, and I find out that's part of what they are. And all I say is, too bad it's not 1838 again.
cut a Mormon, not a quilt. I can't go make up with all kinds of
It was
bumpers.
1838. It was legal.
Well,
Yeah.
like I said, you know,
That's hard to believe.
now
That's
that Missouri Quilt is up there, and it's like, I'm gonna cut you up like a quilt, you know.
Yeah. No, what's strange is they came out of, and then it goes back all the way down to the 1859 jail because they were all down there in Ray County, and they created Caldwell County
Right.
and said, we'll give it to you as long as you don't bother or mess with the settlers that are up there.
You mean
Yeah.
the car?
Right? It was all prairie grass. That was 1836.
yeah.
1838, the governor
Yeah.
issued an executive order to eradicate them.
Yeah. Screwed everything up in 2 years.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, they
I
would
mean,
walk.
Biden did the same thing. Screwed everything up in less than 2 years. So,
Game this
Oh,
2
yeah.
hours.
Yeah, he did
I
it
mean,
in 2
it's
hours.
not hard to believe that it's possible to do that. I mean,
No.
No, but back then, yeah, they'd walk up to your farm and say, God told me that cow was mine, and take it.
Yeah.
They'd walk up and say, that farm is mine. God told me.
God said I can protect my cow. Here you go.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
give a damn what you are.
So it's actually hard to tell up in Caldwell County and Davies County up here how many people were shot and killed over little skirmishes like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We don't know.
We don't know. That's why at our cemetery, there's only supposed to be 80 some bodies buried there and 50 some headstones.
Yeah, that's all that they had that's accounted for.
Yeah, but the indentions in the ground and other things we have found up there are a hell of a lot more of them than what they counted.
Right.
Well, it's like Far West.
Well, we
that's a
used the
ghost town.
dowsing rods. Remember, off the road, they were crossing.
Well, what was bad is you get over in that timber
Yeah.
where nothing's been disturbed.
Right.
Why would there be a gigantic dirt mound?
Right.
mass
there.
Yeah, I
grave.
know, that was weird.
That's
That's
what-
mass
It's a
grave.
glory hill.
Yeah, you'll have.
Yeah, mass grave, Indian mass grave.
It's weird.
Yeah,
Yeah, there's 80 bodies in that grave.
there's a
Alone.
bunch.
I bet you there is.
Well,
I
there's
bet it
only
is a mass grave.
They only documented so many for Find a Grave. Somebody did a bunch of research and found all this, but there are other back
That's
family.
probably
burial
what it
sites.
is. A mass grave. I'll bet.
I think it's family.
I know. If we could ever get the money gathered up, I'd get that.
GPR.
Yes, and have them go over out there, all over the entire and up the road,
Yeah.
because the grader went right through the middle of the cemetery
Well, maybe it's this way.
and made a road.
Yeah.
Cut through.
Yeah. So how many bodies are you driving over? You
Don't know,
and
don't
most of those back then, they didn't dig a 6-foot hole.
No, they barely dug 5. especially in
Exactly.
the wintertime.
Exactly.
You got about 3 feet. We're putting you down just deep enough.
But now you get out there, since ground settled the last couple of years, and out there in the big grass area right there by the headstones, you can see the indentions in the ground the size of a grave appearing everywhere now.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then because those are the old boxes that have already caved in.
Mm-hmm.
That's with her.
Yep.
It's to sleep.
So we got about 5 minutes.
We're almost done. We're almost
So
done.
Cameron, tell everybody about your show.
That's right.
Well, you can always find us here on Paranormal Nation Radio, Not So Normal. You can also find myself, Carl, and Wally on the Second Amendment Ranch, on the Bill of Rights Network, Facebook, and the YouTube's down right now. If I remember.
YouTube is permanently banned.
Okay. So Facebook and Twitch. You can also find us on the Second Amendment Ranch, Facebook and YouTube. You can find us on, there's a lot of different things you can find us on right now. And you can also find myself and Wally on Free Speech, Free Stupidity. Both of those shows are live Friday nights. Second Amendment Ranch is from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. Free Speech, Free Stupidity from 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. And I promise we get
And it earned that name of that title.
If you don't believe us, go check out the last episode.
Right. So, Denise, plug yours where they can find you at.
Find the Paranormal Pride every Monday night at 7 p.m. Central on WBHM-DB.com. We are supposedly going to be going to video here pretty soon. And so we're going to be seeing probably a different audience at that point. So join us this coming Monday for Katie Stafford from Ghost of Morgan City and his wife Katie of Supernatural Inc. And I think it's going to be a great show. We're going to be talking about technology and the paranormal.
Yeah, he builds some real good equipment.
He built some interesting stuff. And the main reason he said that he built the stuff is because he wants to speak to spirits, but he can't.
Right.
So he needed help doing it.
Right.
And so,
have you seen his ghost
Hey,
helmet?
buddy.
yes,
Yeah.
I actually saw it. I saw it on a video that they did, I think at the Apollo House
Ghost
in no,
What is it?
helmet.
Oh.
And like I said, I think I saw it at the Apollo House there in Smithville.
Yeah. Yeah. They used it once on the Ghost of Morgan City.
Yeah.
And then, because they had him build it for that.
Right.
Right.
And he's used it a couple of times since then.
Yeah.
Oh, I
One
just
of
got
the-
to get you to run face first right into the chair.
we went to where their headquarters is in Smithville. We
Mhm.
stayed at the bed and breakfast there.
Right.
And I told them, I said, I know where the portals are in the house. And he goes, where are they? And I said, I told him where they were. And that was the place that my glasses disappeared, and they were underneath a bed, underneath the middle of the bed, in between some springs.
Yeah.
And it's like, how they couldn't have slid there because
No,
of where
there's
they
no way.
were. So the old bed springs that
Mhm.
people, used to just put their
Yeah,
mattress
there's no
on.
way we could
Nope.
even kick them there or nothing.
No.
I mean, we were looking everywhere for
Yeah, I
my
looked
glasses
everywhere
before we
and
left.
finally wouldn't give up.
And I decided to look under the bed.
Right.
It's always the last place you look. Well, that's because
Well,
he's
no,
not.
yeah.
So
Well, I
Yeah.
found it 2 hours ago, but
But
I
Katie,
felt I should keep
he
looking.
builds some really good equipment, different things and stuff. I've watched a lot of his stuff. And matter of fact, we've had him on Paranormal Nation Radio
yep.
Mhm.
and stuff a while back. So
Probably wasn't it your first or second show?
something like that and
So-
everything. So,
And I've had Katie on a couple times already.
mhm.
And I knew him. Well, we've been friends on Facebook long before he was ever on TV. So, and I did not know anything about all that until it happened.
Right, right.
But again, let's be honest. We all know I'm not on Facebook that much.
Mm-mm.
The most that I'm on it is when I put my show up for review.
Right.
So, but yeah, check it out. We're gonna, like I said, here in the near future, we're gonna be going to video and
So you have to comb her hair.
I have to wash it more, but I did get a green screen, so we're gonna be trying that next week. when we're on
Get
here.
turkey neck fixed.
Good. Well, folks, check out everything over at the Bill of Rights Network. Also, check things out over at Things Network, where Paranormal Nation Radio is live over on that network too. They have, last time I counted, like 19 shows over there. So check them all out.
Do all your shows air on Things?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, we're over on Things right now.
No, I meant all of them.
No. Just the Paranormal Nation Radio.
Okay.
No,
They
I
haven't-
knew what she meant. Why do you think?
They haven't asked me yet to bring any more shows over there. They may want to bring Free Speech, Free Stupidity, because it goes with a couple of their shows they got over there.
Oh, we definitely got Stupid Friday. Oh,
So, but check them out over there.
That was a painful episode.
So again, we want to thank everybody for joining us tonight. We had a great time with people in the comment section over here. And I ain't got nothing else to say. So I'm Carl.
I'm Cameron.
Denise and Ron.
Yep.
And Clover and Ruby.
Right. And we will see you next week here on Paranormal Nation Radio. Have a good night.
All right, everybody.